हेलो। मैं डॉक्टर विनीता, एमपीटी ऑर्थो। हम अगला टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं रिसर्च डिज़ाइन स्टैटिस्टिक्स। ये रिसर्च डिज़ाइन स्टैटिस्टिक्स में क्या होता है? व्हेन यू एंगेज इन रिसर्च यू विल ऑलमोस्ट ऑलवेज एंड अप मेजरिंग समथिंग लाइक मसल टोन है, रिकवरी रेट है, वाइटल कैपेसिटी है, numbers of patient, pain level, competence with activity of daily living. These measurements are called data. So, what is data? Data is the measurement in any form. We call data. In order for the research to have some value, the meaning of this data has to be presented in ways that other research worker can understand. For example, there is no point in carrying out a well designed experiment to compare the effectiveness of reflexology versus remedial massage for promoting leg movement in multiple sclerosis suffers if the data on this are left as jumbled mass of figures. In other words, the researcher has to make sense of the result. So this is very necessary to find out the data so that we can conclude and we can make a result for that. There are various ways to make a sense of the result, but for the therapist, like clinical therapists, two methods are there. One is the descriptive statistics and second one is the inferential statistics. In descriptive, where the researcher collects a set of data, usually from a form of survey, and then describe it in terms of its most important features like average score, what is the average score, range of scores. So we can calculate in a form of data. So the inferential approach, what is the inferential approach? The data which have usually been collected from an experiment is subjected to statistical analysis which allow the researcher to make inference or make a hypothesis beyond the actual data in front of him or her. So inferential statistic which give us the hypothesis, but the descriptive is give us the result in a particular form. So descriptive a survey is a research approach which involve collecting information from a large number of people using interview, questionnaire in order that an overall picture of that group can be described in terms of any characteristic that are interested to researcher. It may be worth noting that a lot of audit data. Okay, so we are collecting the audit data. If there is a company who are dealing in the health insurance or other thing, that time also they find out the score, so they collectively find out this. So for example, like if there is a podiatry, okay, the number of community podiatry currently employed in a particular district and their specialty, the average number of calls made per podiatric per week within the district over the last year, the type of patient seen, their ages, medical condition, their ethnic, their origin, social class. So it may be another also, but we are taking the example of podiatry. So the average amount of the time spent treating a particular category of the patient, we will calculate that. Any changes in the delivery of the community, these all forms, from all this survey data you could gain the some information what is going on in a particular area, identification of the area, there is measurement or extent of these problems or generation of possible explanation for them. So in addition to all this, the survey could identify past trend, okay, and so could be used to predict future patterns. So what will be in the future and what are the trends they are there is the people are following. So we can analyze from these from the descriptive data. So outcome of such surveys can radically influence major as well as minor decisions, okay. So descriptive statistics, like in the school also, suppose that you are the head of the school of osteopathy, and obviously in this role you will concern about the standard of the student performance, both clinical and theoretical, in your school. In particularly you want to find out whether these standards are dropping or rising from year to year, how they can compare with other schools throughout the country. To do this you need employ some common mathematics. So you will compare all the things, and the mathematical technique you will use. So highlight the certain features, like the data you just highlight, that if average theory marks and the average clinical marks, and you will find out different schools, and you can represent it graphically. So graphs and the dispersion or tendency, you can find out easily that which school is scoring high, which school is scoring low. And there is data like patient performance data also, like people who are doing exercises, who doing the one is doing 10 repetition, other is doing 12 repetition, other 50, and another is 12 repetition. So you can find out from a data and in a graphical representation. So it's important to recognize that descriptive statistics allow you to make statements about features of your data that are interest, but they do not allow you to infer or hypothesis. ठीक है, anything beyond the result you have in front of you. Like you have a particular result of that data, that so and so college is top, but the student in theory are top, but you have a particular data, but you can't take a hypothesis that next will be the this college will be the topper. So yes, for that you have a inference statistics. The inference statistic is usually method of selecting a sample that is representative of the population from which it is drawn, is a technique called random sampling. Like you have a vast sample, like 1000 people who are like in a college. You just find out that there is 3 people who are elected for their new election of the students. So yes, there is 1,000 of the students who are giving votes, but you can't find out that whom possibility is more of a winner. So what you will do, you randomize, like you have 52 cards. So every 10 cards there is sorry, every 13 card there is possibility of 4 cards. So you have to give chance to everyone, not only single person, or not you can choose a person according to their possibility, according to their chances. So what you have to do, you have to give chance to everyone. So from that data you can analyze from a smaller data, and you infer, hypothesize that this will be a winner. Like in the news channel you are saying that if there is a vote system, BJP and Congress and other parties, what they do, they will collect some people, okay, from the different communities. So they are representative of the different communities. So that is a random population, and they find out from that they people are choosing Congress, people are choosing BJP. So how they are finalized, they hypothesize. They are not giving you the exact thing that BJP will be the winner or Congress will be the winner. They hypothesis that, their hypothesis that maybe this may be the winner, because these much people are saying this. So yes, from a vast variety of data they collect the information by random sampling. Okay, they select in such a way that every member of the relevant population had an equal chance to be chosen. Okay, so like the inference is Particularly, the meaning is that inferential which used to test hypothesis and which involves selecting a small sample of people for study and form the result of this, allowing the researcher to make inference about the population from which the sample was drawn. So we can make a hypothesis. So I just tabularize the form. So descriptive research are often used in conjunction with survey method, collecting information from large number of people. The information that is collected in this form can be analyzed using technique descriptive statistics in order to highlight some of the most interesting findings. So the descriptive research allow us to make statement about features of your data that are instead they, but they don't allow anything infer about the result. They only and only give you the statistic information and a particular data information. So inferential statistic, which is used to test hypothesis, selecting a small number of people for study, and from the result of this allowing the researcher to make inference about the population from which sample was drawn. So this is the two way. One is the descriptive, second is the inferential. So I think you understand the statistics. Now we are going for a questionnaire design, because in your researches, you will find out different type of researches. So we will do one by one. So in questionnaire design, what we will do, identify the general topic to be covered. So what will be the topic? You have to identify. Survey often to use questionnaire as a mean of collecting information about a group of people. However, while questionnaire are commonly used in this way, they can also be used in experimental or a single case design, and such are invaluable method of data collection. So initially what you will do, you will draft the question, you will pilot the questionnaire, modification of the questionnaire, a second pilot trial, and final administration of the questionnaire. So what will do, you will finalize the question. So you have a topic like back pain due to people having back pain due to prolonged use of you can say laptop. So yes, you will finalize the questions. So initial draft of the question, you will make some questions. After that, you piloting the questionnaire. So you will analyze that what are the questions and how we can ask, yeah, like giving out the questionnaire to a number of people who do not necessarily come from the population at whom the questionnaire is targeted. Like you can't give questionnaire to the targeted population like office workers, but yes, you will do the questionnaire in order to collect feedback on unclear or insensitive questions, ambiguous instructions. After that, you will modification of the questionnaire using information collected from the pilot trial. So first, what you have 10 peoples, you do the pilot trial, and after that, taking that questionnaire, maybe some changes, maybe they have language issues, maybe they can't understand the question, so you will modify that questionnaire. After that, a second pilot trial, which is your final question paper. So after that, you final administration of the questionnaire. The population you targeted, you will give that questionnaire to the population whom you targeting them. So these are the questionnaire design. Then form of question, there are two form of questions, open and close. So open ended questions, which are like I'm asking you, how are you today? Okay, like open ended, you can say I'm good, I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling lethargic. Okay, and close questions, are you feeling any better today? You can say yes or no. Better, yes, no. So that is close ended. Like people can answer only yes or no, that is closed ended. People can answer in a long way, that is open ended. So two type of questions. You are not allowing respondent to liberty to the answer, that is open ended, sorry, close ended. And if you are allowing respondent liberty, that is open ended. So wording the question, like if you are making a questionnaire method, so first of all, what you think, like if my language is so hard, you can't understand, like I'm explaining all my things in my mother tongue, so how you can understand? Because it's not necessary that you are familiarized with my mother tongue. So don't use your mother tongue. Okay, so wording the question, there should be a standard language. Don't use complex sentences, like patient can't understand your complex sentences if you are using, like don't use medical or professional jargon. Like if I am saying that about the vertebra, so patient may not maybe know may not be know about the cervical, but they know the neck. So yes, explain properly in a patient language, not in the medical terminology. Don't ask more than one thing. Don't confuse the patient. Like in one question you ask the one thing, not two things. Like if you are saying that due to your neck pain, is that pain is radiating, or is that are you feeling numbness? So don't ask two questions. You can divide the question in two. Don't assume everyone know what you know. So you know that neck pain radiate through the arm, but the respondent don't know that the pain radiating through the arm from the cervical pain. So be careful for that also. Don't use double negatives, like don't ask in a negative way. If you are asking the questions and in a negative way, what you will ask, that the so and so treatment not giving you relief. So don't ask note, ask in a positive manner. Or don't use double negative. Don't ask leading questions, that further like leading question, don't ask unbiased or unemotional questions. For example, do you think that smoking should be banned throughout the hospital? So don't ask these questions. Advantage and disadvantage of questionnaire method. So it's very important when we are aware about what are the advantages of that method and what are the disadvantages, because these are the very crucial part of any research. Whenever you are design or customize for any purpose, like advantage of this question method is that you can design or customize for any purpose. Like if you are analyzing for an exercise, if you are on analyzing for modalities, if you are analyzing for study purposes, like people who you can do this questionnaire method to your classmates too. You can do questionnaire method to your college too. So yes, you can apply. You can choose people from corporate offices, you can choose people from villages. Yes, you can use this is very simple and very good approach. Large sample or people can be included, because this is the way you are sending the mails to the people and they will reply you. And that is very good, because you are targeting a large population. From that, you don't know whom we are sending the mail, because they are people. We don't have a chosen sample, we are doing it randomized. So you will get a good data and good variations of data. posting a questionnaire Posting a questionnaire is considerably cheaper than time and travel expenses. Like if you are doing research in a hospital or in any facility, that time you have to go, you have to spend your time, you have to interact with the people. First you have to just give instruction to the person, and you have to choose the population. According to that, you will select some sample and you will analyze them. So people who may not have time, that time you also suffer. So time wastage, travel expenses are there. But in this questionnaire method, you are just mailing to the person, and you reminding on the mail. And if you have a WhatsApp access, you can send it to the WhatsApp. So yes, it's cheaper than time and travel expenses. Negative. So what are the drawback or disadvantages? Disadvantages are that high chances of respondent not return that. Like some of you may be facing this issue when you are sending the mail to the person. Maybe that time they are busy, or they just created a spam to your mail, so they are not getting the mail, so they not returning, or maybe they are not in that mood to response you for that. And question ignored, incorrectly completed in, like people don't have time, if they are emotionally affected, or other things are there, maybe they are in pain. So there may be lots of factors, they are not completing it, but due to your again and again you are mailing to them, they just complete it, but in a not in a proper manner. They incorrectly completed it, yes, no, they answer it like randomly. So you will get not in a corrected form of data, so you will get a biased data. Okay, so not able to read the questions. People who, like you are sending the mail, but person is not that much capable to read that questions. Or sometime we are making a questionnaire which is very big, so people are getting bored and they are not reading it properly. So yes, there is biasness in this questionnaire form of method. So that's all about the questionnaire. In the next class, we will understand journal principles of survey and the design of the survey. What are the samples, sampling method? There are different sampling methods, but these videos I'm making for the students who are in BPT MPT, because when I was in BPT there were no videos about the research topics, and in MPT too, so we have to read it and uh, just understand my own. I want to share with you some data and some information and some overview, so that you can understand the research, and you will create your interest in the research, so that in future it will be helpful for you. So it's my request to you, whenever you are watching my videos, please share, so that everyone know. And when you are sharing the education, or we are sharing the information, it's good, and it's really very helpful to others. So thank you so much for giving your time.